Through the LifeLine Grant program, UAN provides financial assistance to people who cannot afford urgent vet care for their pets or for the neglected animals they have rescued from the streets. In this economy, with so many people losing their jobs and their homes, demand for UAN's LifeLine Grants is greater than ever before.
So Ollie was in terrible condition, and of course the first thing I wanted to do was get him help, and I initially didn't think about cost at all. After his surgery, when the bill was more than $3,000, I sort of felt a panic coming on because I lost my job in February. I was laid off like so many other people have been, and I thought, okay, we've got a mortgage and we have a vet bill and it's escalating. The UAN grant, and I was so surprised. They responded immediately, and by the afternoon they said I had a $200 grant, and I thought, oh, this is wonderful. And then it sort of got me thinking, well, maybe other people would want to help Ollie as well. And so the UAN grant was really the impetus for finding other means to help pay Ollie's bill.
So we just decided to amputate it, that way he wouldn't have to deal with any of the pain. And we hope that he wouldn't be walking any differently and he'd still play after the ball. We just wanted him to be happy. We usually have all of our bills planned out, and we had to make decisions. Okay, are we gonna pay our phone bills this month? Are we gonna buy food, or are we gonna spend this money on Jack? We had Jack as a #1 priority. So we kind of had to put our needs aside to make sure, because it was an emergency, and it was definitely a relief when we're like, okay, we can take care of ourselves and then we can get help, with the grant for Jack too, and then that way we're not, we have money to buy food for ourselves and we're going to be okay this month. It feels like you're kind of out of control of the situation, especially when you don't have the money for it, and you don't have the money for it. It's really terrifying because you don't know which way it's going to go,
The relationship people have with their pets is very special. It's very unique. They provide a real source of comfort.
Now that he's home and feeling better, and he's like a new dog. He probably feels that way himself. Starting to play, and he's just a complete breath of fresh air, and has brought a lot of joy. I'm gonna cry.
So often we hear from people that there's no other resources for them in times like this. They have nowhere else to turn. They've tried their friends, they've maxed out their credit cards, they've lost their jobs. The kind of applications we're seeing now are very different than the kind of applications we saw a few years ago. Just a lot more financial hardship, people with really nowhere else to turn.
I live on Social Security. I work sporadically during the school year. But that's just a couple $100 a month. With my Social Security, I can almost afford my rent. It's just touched me. That there are nonprofits out there that are willing to help, and that there are people willing to donate, to help animals that they don't even know. I just love her to pieces. I can't imagine being without her.
We issued grants to more than 500 animals this year, but we had to turn away thousands more due to lack of resources. My hope is that someday UAN will have the resources to help every single person who turns to us for help. Euthanizing an animal simply because you cannot afford to pay for his vet care is a decision no pet owner should ever have to make. Every animal deserves a second chance.